Welcome to Geek Speak, special episode today. I've got two great guests on the couch with me. It's in the man cave. You guys like the set? Beautiful man cave.
Yeah, it's
very nice.
Quite beautiful.
Gin's done really good on the computer this week. We're here with Matt and Caitlin, the creators of Space Pyrates. Now, give us a quick rundown. What is it? What's it about? I've checked it out. I know what it's about. It's good.
Thank you.
Chat.
Put me on the spot.
It's my job.
All right, it's basically about two kids that need to pay rent, and then they turn to piracy in order to do that.
We've all done that at some time before, haven't we?
Yeah.
So when was it created? When did you guys kick it off?
I think we started about January 2011.
Yep, so about 2 years ago?
Right?
About 2 years ago.
Yeah. And we'd been publishing it online ever since. So.
Does it come out weekly or monthly or?
Just whenever we get around to it. We started with like 1 page a week, and then kind of ramped it up to 3 at one point, and then went back down to 2. And it just depends on how much we can get done.
Yep. Depends on how sober you are and that kind of.
Yeah.
That's like us with Geek Speak, you know. If Toddy's on a bender, ain't gonna happen.
Well, you're drunk right now. Right?
Yeah. Shh. So 2 years on the net, you've decided to turn around and get the comic published in print.
Well, we've been publishing like single issues sort of as we're going and taking them to cons and whatnot. But we finally decided to finish it and get our collected edition printed.
Which will always sell good.
Yeah.
Well, that was always the plan as well.
Yeah.
Putting them on the web as a webcomic was mainly just so we had a reason to do the pages.
Yep.
Whereas if we didn't really have that, we probably wouldn't have done them. It's been like, yeah, we don't need to do a page this week, do we?
Did you guys get a good response on the web?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as big as I would have hoped for, but
not like PvP or Penny Arcade, something like
that. I was like, we're gonna be as big as those guys. No, we weren't.
Scott Kurtz is your god.
Yeah. We thought like as soon as we put our first comic up, like all the money would come rolling in and we'd be millionaires.
See, the money is actually those guys like Scott Kurtz. You listen to him in interviews. A lot of it's actually merchandise that they sell, the mugs, shirts, all that kind of stuff. We're going to see some Space Pirate merch.
Yes. If this campaign works, we'll have some shirts at least.
Fantastic.
We've got some other stuff that we'd like to do just for fun, because we're like, that'd be really cool.
We tried doing Geek Speak mugs, but people didn't like my face on the mug, so a mug on a mug, who'd have thunk it?
Well, that's at the bottom of the mug, so when you finish,
it's just me. Yeah, we didn't do that, but we might. Thanks, Matthew. You've just given me some ideas.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, do that. That's fantastic. So your possible crowdfunding campaign, how's that going so far for you? It's been up there for how long?
Like 20 days now, and we're about third of the way to being
That's
funded.
great. And that's just in Australia? People are donating just in Australia, or?
I think there's been a few international supporters.
Yep.
Mostly friends, though.
Mostly friends.
Yes,
kind of
friends.
bully my mum into donating.
You threaten to drop them on Facebook unless they donate.
Yeah, that's right. We'll defriend you. But no, there's been a lot of people, a lot of like industry people too, which is really, really cool.
Yeah.
And we were just stoked when I saw like one person, but I don't want to mention any names, so I don't want to like.
You don't want to scare them.
Yeah, but it was,
Jim Lee. Nah.
So we've been like spamming Facebook and everything daily to remind people.
Oh no, it keeps coming into my feed. I'm kind of like, Space, I know, I'm donating, okay. You got more of my money.
The thing that I found is that like people have good intentions, like they're like, oh, definitely I'll donate, blah, blah, but you just got to keep reminding them.
Yeah, you got to go around to their house with a gun and kind of go, where's your payment? So how did you guys get influenced to do it like a webcomic? Where did it come about from? Did you just kind of go one day, we want to do something, we've got this creativity burning inside us, let's pop it out, or did you were you influenced by the likes of Scott Kurtz and kind of went, oh, PvP, we could do something like that?
Well, more Penny Arcade, I guess.
Oh, it was more Scott Pilgrim that
really
did it, because we read Scott Pilgrim, we're like, we could do that. We could totally do that.
That looks easy.
Yeah, that looks easy.
And yours is in colour too.
I know. Well, his is now as well.
It is now, but...
At the time, I didn't have a job, so I had just oodles of time on my hands.
Being unemployed is great for creativity. It really is.
I was kind of just sitting around twiddling my thumbs, and then the Space Pirates happened.
That's a great thing. So you've been doing all the conventions as well?
Yeah, we have. Last year we started doing them. Brisbane, actually no, it was the year before.
Yeah, we started in 2011. We did the Brisbane Supernova, and then last year we did a couple. We did like Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne.
What you got right around Australia
we
last
did
year?
like Melbourne Oz Comic Con and Melbourne Armageddon, and we did Brisbane as well. So
yep.
yeah,
Fantastic.
Just getting out there and like making people look at it, just throwing it in people's faces.
Walking up and just slapping them with a book and go, do it, read it.
Just read it, damn you.
We're giving away the first issue for free as well, just so people could have a look.
Because we know people love free stuff.
They love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how they get me at the supermarkets with new products. They're like, "Do you want to try this?" I'm like, "Hell's yeah!" And that's why I am the way I am today. Alcohol companies know how to do that too. They give you free shots of something, and then I'm hooked and back in rehab, and then Wade's unhappy because
girls dressed in little shorts and they're giving you prizes.
Yeah, that's that gets me in trouble a lot. Look, that's fantastic. Where do people head along? Give us your web addresses.
So facebook.com/Space Pyrates, and it's pirates with a Y, so Pyrates.
Just to be different.
Yeah.
It works.
Makes it cool.
It does.
So it's basically that. So twitter.com/Space Pyrates.
Where the head if they want to give you some money for your possible crowdfunding?
Possible.com/Space Pyrates.
And if you're at all interested in reading the comic, it's spacepirates.com/comic.
Fantastic. I actually checked it out on Facebook. Some of your links on the Facebook thing.
Yeah, we
That's
do put the links up on Facebook when I remember.
Because I'm lazy like that. I just click everything on Facebook, If I could do my banking via Facebook, oh, the world is in trouble, I tell you. Fantastic. So guys, tell me your inspiration behind doing Space Pyrates. Where'd it come about?
Well, I first started out, I guess, reading online comics, and the real kicker was Scott Pilgrim. When that came out, the movies, we kind of soaked up the books. And Adventure Time as well.
Bit of an influence there, Adventure Time?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
But we...
I always wondered, are you meant to take the drugs before you read Adventure Time or after?
I don't think you need to.
Don't you?
I think it is a drug.
I must be just too straight edge, I don't know.
But yeah, it was just, we kind of decided that we always had wanted to do something, and we figured if we don't do something, then we never will, and we started doing it.
Yeah, you got that creative idea and it was wanting to get out, so you ran with it?
Basically, yeah. That's pretty much what happened. We were just like, we have to do something, and then this came about because we just had these characters which were kind of based on us, but they weren't really us, and then we kind of just made a story for them, and it all kind of just rolled
from there.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
And the great thing about doing a comic is that you have like total creative control over it, like it's not like making an animation or a movie where you have to rely on other people. And
you're limited by budget and everything else for the movie. That's the best thing about comics, no budget, you can do whatever you want.
Exactly, yeah, that's right. And you can do anything, and it's so easy now with like Photoshop and whatnot. So
tell me the process, how do you guys go about doing a page? Are you still, is it pen and ink, or are you going straight into like a tablet?
No, it's all digital, yeah.
Hello. Yeah. New school, I'm old school.
So basically, like the way it started is that I was doodling like a sort of outline, I guess, into my notebook, and then I gave that to Matt, and he like cut it up and made it make sense.
So a lot of the original pages are actually based off Caitlin's artwork that she put on the page, and it was all like the first frame would be down here and the second frame up here.
And there'd be like arrows. This one goes next.
So it's creative chaos, in other words.
Yeah.
Your job is to pull it all together and go, I think that's right.
So, and then eventually I was like, no, we have to just write it down. Write it down from now on, and then that's basically how that happened. We started getting like a proper, not script, but like at least boxes with what's happening in all of them.
Yeah, which is why like when you read it, it starts out really random. And then it sort of gets a bit more structured as it goes on. Because
that's a cool thing, though. A bit of randomness in life is always a good thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that we wanted to do this as well, so we could figure out a process on how to make a comic, like learn how to do it by doing it, which was probably the other main reason for doing it. Rather than just going, we have to do something. It was, how do we actually do that? Let's just figure it out along the way.
Have you had a lot of help from within the industry? Like, has other people come on board and helped you out, or?
We've had
giving you feedback?
Like guest comics.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of friends do guest comics, and the funny thing about the first guest comic we had done was by Peter Young, and and whenever anyone searches Space Pyrates, it's his artwork that comes up, and he's an amazing artist. He totally puts us to shame.
Because he's way more popular on the internet.
That's a good thing, though. Suck them in, and then they stick around.
Yeah, and
we actually met him at the first Supernova we ever did in Brisbane. We're just like, oh man, you're really good at art. Can we do a guest comic? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Supernova is a great way of networking, isn't it, with other Aussie creators and.
Yeah.
And we've met so many cool people just through Supernova.
That whole year we were doing like just touring around was also to learn about the industry as well. And just from doing that, we met a whole bunch of cool people. Like a friend, Jin Chan, he does a comic called High School Romance, and he already knew a bunch about the comics industry. And he's just like, because we were doing the speech bubbles, they were like kind of opaque, like you could see through them. Because I was like, I want people to see the artwork underneath, and he's like, dude, what are you doing? I was like,
stop that.
We got school.
Yeah,
Did he come after you with a big stick? Like, no.
No, he was just like, oh, dude, what? Why? I was just like, because the artwork, people need to see it. And he's like, nah, I don't. And I was like, all right.
So you write it, you draw it, you colour it.
Matt draws it, and then I colour it.
So I'll draw
oh, that's why it's got wonderful colours. Yeah, I'm sucking up a little bit, but I like the colouring. I think it's great. Really good book. Good work, guys.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So we can't wait to see it hit shelves in comic shops around the country as soon as your possible crowdfunding campaign gets there. So you've got some rewards for people who help out on the possible crowdfunding?
We've got a whole bunch of them, like just ranging from the printed book itself to like artwork and art prints and even like commissions and stuff, depending on how much people.
And t-shirts.
And t-shirts. Everyone loves a good t-shirt. Yeah.
But then we have got other types of rewards as well for like shop owners, like people that own comic shops. So you can get like 5 or 10 copies of the book with art prints and that kind of thing.
And any retailer that donates to the Possible also becomes a sponsor, so we put like advertising for you onto the Possible.
Fantastic. So Aussie retailers out there, make sure you kick along and help these guys out, and that way you get a mention as well, which is good. And you get a fuzzy feel-good feeling. And admit it, we all love a good fuzzy feel-good feeling that's not induced by alcohol. Put your hand down. So you guys have also got a launch party coming up?
Yeah.
Where at?
It's at the Scratch Bar in Milton, which is this totally awesome boutique craft beer bar.
Ooh, sweet. I'm sold already.
Yeah. And the owner has kindly allowed us to have our launch party there, and anyone who donates to the Possible campaign will get invited, and there's a bar tab as well.
Oh, you just said the magic words, bar tab. The Geek Speak crew will be there. Not sober, but they'll be there. With no cameras, but they'll be there.
We've got a really cool way of people to redeem their drinks there, but we're not going to give that away yet.
It's a surprise on the night?
Surprise. But once you get there, you'll be like, oh, this is pretty
so cool.
Yeah.
Bubble, I tell you. Fantastic. So you guys will be at the conventions. You'll be at Gold Coast. For our Sydney fans, we're doing
Sydney. Yeah.
Sydney.
We're doing Melbourne Supernova.
Melbourne.
We haven't booked in yet, but definitely Gold Coast and Melbourne coming up. Be Sydney. We're thinking about doing Adelaide.
Adelaide. Beautiful city. If you get a
we're
chance.
going down to Adelaide for Armageddon, aren't we? Or
no,
Oz Comic Con.
Yeah.
Oz Comic Con. Sorry.
I feel like the meat the sandwich here.
So we'll be in Adelaide in March for Oz Comic Con, and then we'll be in Melbourne, and then Gold Coast, and etc.
Fantastic. They'll be able to check out your booth there. You'll be in Artist Alley.
Yep.
Along with other fantastic creators, Aussie creators there as well.
Yes, that's right. We're kind of bullying all of our friends into getting stalls as well.
Oh, really? Bullying, we don't advocate bullying here, but we do advocate the flipping of tables. So when it gets printed, make sure you head along to your local comic retailer, flip a table if they're not stocking great Aussie comics like Space Pyrates, Soldier Legacy, Killaroo, Winter City, all those great Aussie comics out there. Because you know what? It's Australian. It's got to be good, right? We're all good. Thanks for joining me on the show, Matthew, Caitlin, the creators of Space Pyrates. Make sure you help them out with their possible funding, because we want to see that book hit the shelf. I want it on my shelf. Is it going to be big?
Oh, it's going to be like...
It's going to be massive.
Massive?
It's like 250 pages.
Oh, you're about to kill someone with that. Not that we condone that. Geek Speak, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.